Rob Seco, Future Farm. Today's innovations, tomorrow's solutions.
Okay, well, we're here this morning with Matt Kestel from Terraplex. Terraplex is a drone company. I think you can probably see that we're here with a couple drones, and this is going to be a fascinating conversation. You know, my first experience with a drone was many years ago. I bought a little drone and we flew it around our living room, but I don't think these would fly around the living room very well, Matt. So Matt, tell us a little bit about the adoption curve of drones in use in agriculture today. Is it growing quickly? Is the adoption curve increasing?
It really is, Rob. So as you mentioned, you know, thinking back just to a few years ago, drones were kind of the latest thing. Oh, it's a neat little toy, right? Yeah. Now, it's a new toy on the farm, and it's now becoming just a regular piece of equipment on the farm, okay? So you think back even just a couple of years ago, this was something new. A lot of folks are just kind of dipping their toe in the water, checking it out, and seeing what they could do. Now it's becoming more and more of a staple on a lot of folks' operations. They see it as, hey, I can get out, control my own acres, and spray when I want, and what I want, how I want, for the most part. But yeah, it's rapidly evolving.
Yeah, Matt, there's a lot that has had to have happened in order for that adoption curve to increase. I mean, we've seen gallonage of these drones increase dramatically over the last 7 or 8 years, but regulations have had to have changed as well. I mean, what can you tell us about what all has changed to improve that adoption curve? Yeah,
so as you mentioned, first and foremost, the amount of volume you're able to apply, where a couple years ago we were having small tanks, 2.5 gallons. Now we're up to a 13.5 gallon tank, and that's only going to, I think, continue to increase as technology advances there too. But from a regulatory and compliance standpoint, I think a lot of folks get scared off on that, thinking, oh, I got to go through the FAA, I've got all these other boxes I need to check. Well, really, they're making that a lot easier now. It's as simple as getting your 107 license to be a compliant pilot. You've got to have your applicator's license through the state that you're flying in to be able to fly aerially. And then there's other exemptions and stuff that are continuing to evolve. Just recently, they came out with a new exemption for no visual observer required, night operations, and swarming technology. So you think as farms continue to grow and you want to get across more acres, now eventually you'll have the capability to fly multiple drones at the same time and cover those acres in a more efficient manner.
Yeah, so that's swarming technology, the multiple drones flying those acres at the same time. That really allows for a lot more acres to be covered. I mean, we're looking at this as a technology that's really going to kind of be disruptive in that it allows better field access. You don't have to worry as much about getting a ground rig on certain acres. What all are people spraying with these drones today?
Yeah, so I mean, mainly right now you're looking at fungicides, insecticides, biologicals, other nutritional products. Depending on the label, you can run herbicide through these. You need to be very careful with that on where you're applying it, when and how, right? So you want to make sure that the conditions are just right. But again, I think there's other things, adjuvants, there's drift reduction agents that can help out with all that stuff too. So a lot of different things you can, run through these machines, and I think, again, those capabilities will continue to expand.
So on this farm, we use a combination of products. We use some foliar nutritionals, NutriBoost Complete, NutriBoost NKBS, and then at the end of the year, we use a residue digester called Residue Release. And these drones would work for products like that?
Yeah, absolutely. And that's kind of the beauty of these things is, they're kind of the multi-tool of your application, right? So you can go out and spray your fungicide, insecticide. You can come back with a second pass of those if you need to as well. And then you can hit it with some of these other products too that, again, it's all about you controlling those fields and when you want to do it. So if there's other things you want to throw at it, you fully have the capability to do that.